Hey, y'all. We were just talking about how awkward this is to start.
We just never know what to say at the very first thing.
Yeah.
We know how it's going to go.
Right.
But we never really discuss what we'll talk about at first.
Yeah, and we just want it to become like a natural conversation, but you know that it's not.
Well, we just talk. We see each other.
Oh, we talk all day.
We see each other
So I
every
can't
day.
be like, hey, how are you? Because I'm like, I've been with you for 40 hours today alone. So, but yeah, hi everybody. We're back. I feel like we do need to have an apology corner.
Oh, because of the
mid-month.
We didn't get. It was my fault this time for the first time in 5 years.
Oh my God.
I called in sick.
I am perfect and nothing's ever my fault. But yeah, Jacob was sick, so we could not do the mid-month with what's her butt's book, Jeanette McCurdy.
Jeanette McCurdy's book.
Oh, I didn't think it was Sam.
Sam Puckett.
Sam Puckett's book with her butter.
So we will do it for February.
No, we will not.
Yeah.
Right on Valentine's Day?
It'll be on Valentine's Day because that's halfway through the month.
Okay.
Yeah.
That gives me something to look forward to.
It's not a great book for Valentine's Day, but
it is in my world.
You know, there's dates in it.
Yeah, she goes on dates. Wait.
We'll talk about it.
Did she find love?
I don't think so.
It's been like a year since I read this book.
It's been a little while for me too.
It's gonna be really hard for me to recap.
We were gonna. Shirley gave us time. She was like, "Oh well, you could record it." It was like the day before it would have had to go out, and I was like, "I'm gonna have to really refresh."
Yeah.
On this book.
Definitely. So. You have your copy at your desk though, so I'm gonna skim through that and see.
Yeah, and I put tabs in there.
Fancy.
On the sentences that I was like, "Oh, that's interesting."
That's hilarious. You're like a bookstagrammer.
Yeah.
Cute.
So that I have things to talk about.
Yeah.
So tune into that because it's going to be good.
I can always find things to talk about. I'll lie. I'll be like, yeah, remember that scene where she went to Disney World and then...
I think she does go to Disneyland.
Her mom died on the Sky Rail or whatever that ride is. I don't know. She died on Splash Mountain. That's why they closed it. Did you know they closed Splash Mountain? Wait. Yeah, Splash Mountain?
No.
Yeah. R.I.P. Splash Mountain. It was a fun ride.
Was that in California or Florida?
Florida. Okay, I don't know. I just know I saw it on TikTok, where I get all my news.
That's in our news section later.
Yeah, can't wait to talk about the old TikTok.
Yeah,
my favorite pastime.
But not too much new at the library.
No. Same old.
Actually,
we
we count. We do a gate count once a week.
No.
Or sorry, once a month for a week.
Yeah.
And this month, big increase.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, I think we actually said this on the podcast that we always think it slows down in the winter, but it's really just the holidays.
Yeah.
And then right after that, it jumps back up.
Full steam ahead for summer reading.
January, people coming in the morning. Stop coming in the morning. Come in the afternoon.
Yeah, come see us.
Because the morning's
at
too
like
busy.
2 o'clock is a great time to come see us.
You will have our full attention at 2 o'clock.
We'll all be awake.
Yeah.
Caffeinated.
No, we'd love to see you.
In a better mood.
Anytime.
Any time of day you can come see us. Between 9 and 9. Most days. What else was I going to tell you about my life? I literally have nothing going on.
Yeah.
Everything's very boring right now.
I'm going to go on a vacation with my friends in September.
Yeah, I'm going to. Jacob was like, oh yeah, look at this like cabin my friends and I are staying at. And I was like, what am I? Where's my room at?
Coworker.
Oh my God. That actually hurt my feelings. That's so rude. Oh, I'm going.
See you there.
Yeah, I'm just going to tag along. Just be in your back seat.
Yeah. Just
you
hunch down so I don't see it till we're halfway there.
Just in the trunk. You just open it to get your bag and I'm just there. Honestly, that'd be great. But yeah, I want to go.
Yeah, so I'll give you an update in September
how it all shakes out.
How the vacation goes.
Maybe we'll do the podcast from the vacation.
Yeah. Might be loud. There could be birds there. It's out in the middle of nowhere.
Stop. Honestly, that's my nightmare. I don't want to go.
I know. It's a cabin on a lake.
Two of my favorite things. Seclusion and water. I hate that so much. You'll have fun, though.
Hopefully.
I don't have any vacations planned. I'm going to start planning some, though.
Oh, yeah.
Really soon. I want to go to Nashville.
Oh.
No?
Not my favorite place.
You know, just walk up and down Broadway there and see how the Cowboys or whatever. I don't really know what's in Nashville.
It's a very rich city.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, I don't think that I would do well there then.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. My mom moves to Florida next week, guys. We've talked about Cindy moving to Florida on the podcast so many times, and I swear to you, she leaves a week from tomorrow.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Yeah. No, she's going to go. She's excited. She had a going away party last night at work and didn't invite me. So that's cool. I'm going to dinner with her tonight, though, I think. Which means I'm going to end up at Chuck E. Cheese or something again. I was just there 2 weeks ago. Nothing's ever for me anymore. It's just for Hadley.
Yeah.
Which is okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah. We're changing our book recommendations to media recommendations.
Yeah. Been watching some stuff recently.
You've been watching a lot of Seinfeld.
I have.
Every time I walk by your desk, you're watching Seinfeld.
Yeah, it's just super easy, especially now that it's on Netflix with no commercials. They're 22 minutes long, which is shorter than most YouTube videos.
Yeah. You know, I've never really watched Seinfeld.
I love Seinfeld. I just don't like Jerry Seinfeld. He's my least favorite part of the show.
As a person or as a character?
Both. Because the character is himself.
Okay.
That's the...
Okay.
I mean, his name it's Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Have you seen Seinfeld?
I've seen
He's just playing. He's
clips.
Not playing a character. It's just Jerry Seinfeld. He is Jerry Seinfeld. He's a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
But everyone else, the show is very good. He's not my favorite.
I mean, I've seen the show because I acted out What's Her Name's dance, where she does a little happy feet. Elaine.
Kicks. Yeah.
Is that her name?
Yeah.
Is that
I actually
her?
just saw. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Elaine Bennis.
Yeah.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Yes.
I didn't realize when I started watching it, I was like, I'm just going to go to season 5.
Yeah.
Just so
How many seasons are there?
There's 9 seasons.
Ooh.
I'm already on season 9.
Okay.
I didn't realize how much of the episodes that I liked came in those later seasons. The Little Kicks was in season 8, I believe.
Oh. Maybe I would like Seinfeld. Maybe I should watch that.
It's real. I mean, it's good.
It's like the Friends era.
Yeah.
Around that same time, right?
Yeah. The 90s.
Yeah. I love Friends.
The first season's 5 episodes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the rest of them are 22.
Oh, okay.
They didn't know if it was going to work out or not.
Sure.
And then they do episodes that are where Jerry is pitching a show. He's pitching the show Seinfeld, basically, in the show Seinfeld to NBC.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it.
It's interesting.
I remember my parents watching it when I was younger, though.
I just love Larry David, Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Right.
And the George character is basically based on Larry David.
Gotcha.
It's really good.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. Maybe watch Seinfeld finally. I love to be
just start
really...
in season 5.
I love to be late to the party with every TV show.
Pretty late.
Yeah. That would be very late. But...
Have you seen I Love Lucy?
Oh, yeah. I dressed up as Lucy for Halloween a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah. It was the show that was on before school for me. It was either I Love Lucy or SpongeBob. And after 10 years of watching SpongeBob, they didn't used to make that many episodes back when we were kids.
Right.
So I'd see the same episode where they get stranded in the coral forest 100 times. So I started
where they
watching
all talk, I don't know. Right?
Yeah.
Where they go to Glove World?
Yeah.
Right?
There's episodes.
Oh my God.
And so I started watching I Love Lucy, and I loved I Love Lucy.
I
would get the DVDs from Netflix back in the day.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
I loved I Love Lucy, and I loved Laverne and Shirley. Did you ever watch that?
Never seen it on TV.
Oh my God. I used to watch that all the time.
Yeah.
I love Laverne and Shirley, but I dressed up as Lucille Ball in the when she wore the chocolate. When she worked at the chocolate factory, I was that for Halloween like a lot when I was a kid. Of course, which really checks out for me. Speaking of being late to the party, just started watching You.
Is it horror, thriller, suspense, mystery?
All of it.
Okay.
All of it. He's like obsessed with this girl, and he's like stalking her, but she doesn't know that he's stalking her because they're like dating. You know, right up my alley.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm only like 4 episodes in.
Oh.
Yeah, I literally started it yesterday. Or the day before, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good so far.
I just finished My Name Is Earl. It's really funny.
Yeah.
The first season, like, the stories are kind of simple.
Right.
But then after that, there's only 4 seasons.
Okay.
So 2, 3, and 4 are really good.
I have never seen that. I just finished Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I've never seen it.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I've seen a few episodes.
Yeah.
But it was just never one that I sat down and watched through, because I've seen a lot of those people that are in it on other things.
Yeah.
And just like, I like Chelsea Peretti.
Oh my God. Something I did start watching. A friend of mine was like, we were talking about like our favorite TV shows, and they were like, my favorite, we were listing like our top 5, and they were like, blah, 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 90 Day Fiancé.
How is that in someone's top 5 television shows?
That was my response. I was like, this is the worst thing I've ever heard. And I was like, I've never watched a single, like, I've seen, like, memes about it and, like, whatever. I was like, I've never watched the show before. I'm going to watch it. So I, like, set it up on my TV in my bedroom to watch on TLC or whatever it's on. That show is bonkers.
I'm sure.
It's insane.
I just don't think a reality TV show should be in your top 5.
Hilarious.
I mean, there's maybe one, like, you can have one reality show in your top 5.
That was the only one they had.
Okay.
So it wasn't a red flag.
Okay.
But, I mean, it was. But not, like, to where I would block them. But, yeah, I, like, watched a few episodes, and I was like, what am I watching?
Yeah,
what is this show?
There are some wild. There's one I'm not going to bring up on the pod that's newly out. The single most wild thing. So wild that it was a joke on a real TV show. That, like, this kind of show would exist.
What is it?
Is it
inappropriate?
If you're in the know on the internet,
yeah,
you'll come across this show and people being like, wow, that's wild.
I'm not in the know. You know that my TikTok right now is nothing but Harry Styles ripping his pants last night in concert, and the quarterback of the Bengals. I'm not going to say his name because he plays the Chiefs this weekend, and I am trying really hard not to talk about him.
I want San Francisco to win the Super Bowl.
Why?
Because that guy who's the quarterback was like the last pick of the draft. And so that's always like, oh, you're a loser. You picked last
loser
in the draft. And I just like that's just funny to me.
I don't even know who the quarterback is of the 49ers.
Well, Purdy.
Oh my gosh, look at you naming.
He's not even he's their third string quarterback.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're right?
I'm pretty sure.
Quarterback.
Because the first two, their main quarterback and their secondary are both out injured.
Oh yeah, Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, look at you.
So he was the last pick of the draft.
Go Sports.
So they call the last pick of the draft Mr. Oh gosh.
I don't know.
It's like Mr. Useless. It's not useless though.
What I'm Googling the most random stuff. They call the last pick of the Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's Mr. Irrelevant. And that's so
Cute.
funny to me if he wins the Super Bowl.
That would be funny, but I don't want that to happen. I'm like a pretty big football fan. I keep up.
Yeah.
Keep up with the the up and up. It helps when the quarterbacks are hotties, you know. That really helps, but and he who shall not be named this week, Joe Burrow, is fine. So my whole TikTok is nothing but that. So I'm not in the up and up and the no and the.
Well, I'll tell you about that show after the
can't
podcast.
Wait.
I also watched The Glass Onion.
Oh yeah,
recently, very good.
I have heard people talk about that a lot.
I really liked it. I liked Knives Out.
Knives Out, yeah.
I don't think it's... Knives Out was like a pretty perfect movie. Mm-hmm. And this is just more of like a very entertaining movie.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, I've never seen Knives Out, so I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
I've been watching Abbott Elementary.
Uh-huh.
Love that show.
I like I like the fact that she went from BuzzFeed.
Hilarious.
Because like I was... at that age,
Emmy winner, yeah.
That like when BuzzFeed was starting out, becoming really, really popular on the internet, doing the BuzzFeed employees tasting snacks.
Yeah, right.
And she was in those videos.
Yeah.
Was when I was watching, and so I was like, oh,
she is hilarious.
Because then she put out her book, and then she did the show, and then it's interesting to see the people from BuzzFeed be successful outside of BuzzFeed, because BuzzFeed is kind of falling apart.
What's his name? Ned
from the Try Guys.
Gross. What a freaking loser. I love Quinta Brunson, and she's so funny.
She won the Emmy, right?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
They won a lot of Emmys this year. That show, the writing is so phenomenal, and the casting is even better. It's a really great show, so I recommend it to anybody who likes a good sitcom.
I want to see The Whale, that movie.
With what's his name? Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
Brandon Fraser. Brendan.
If he wins the Oscar for Best Actor, I'm going to be so... He's just such a great guy.
Is he?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about him.
You've seen The Mummy?
No.
You what?
I don't think so.
You haven't seen The Mummy?
I don't watch a lot of movies.
It's from 1999.
Is he up for Best Actor?
Yeah,
Best
for The Whale.
Actor nominees. 20. Oh, my nose itches.
For the Oscars.
Okay, yeah, Brendan Fraser. Ew. Austin Butler.
For Elvis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why is he still talking like that?
He's still got the accent.
Can we please?
Yeah. And they're just pretending like that's the thing that happens.
That it's normal. That's not normal. It's not normal. You already are winning awards. Give it up.
Yeah.
I hate him so much. I don't even know it. Like, he is on my like top. You know those celebrities where you're just like, I hate you. I know nothing about you, but I hate you.
Sure.
So Austin Butler, if you're listening to this, I hate you. I'll take it to my grave. Colin Farrell, didn't even know he was still an actor.
What do you mean?
I don't see him in anything. I thought he was left behind in the early 2000s.
Have you seen In Bruges?
No. What is that? It sounds like a dessert. Bill Nighy.
Okay.
Nighy.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Bill Nighy the Science Guy. Bill. Oh my God, I just pulled the cord of my headphones. Mm-hmm. And then Paul Mescal.
Yeah, I hope Brendan Fraser wins.
I just solely want him to win because I want Austin Butler to lose.
Okay.
So, here we are.
Yeah.
I hate you, Austin Butler.
I just don't know if I'm going to be able to watch The Whale. Because it sounds intensely sad.
I don't want any sadness right now.
You see Black Swan?
Is that the ballerina movie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's the same director.
Oh, that movie was weird.
Yeah. His movies, Darren Aronofsky. His movies are disturbing and sad and upsetting.
Okay.
And so this one's supposed to be the,
Doesn't that movie have Mila Kunis in it?
Yeah, and Natalie Portman.
Yeah, but Mila Kunis is like not a serious actor, so that's such a stretch.
Sure she is.
From what? That 70s show?
And that 90s show.
Oh my, yeah, that's a thing. There we go.
I haven't watched it yet, but I'm gonna.
Me either.
I love that 70s show. So.
Yeah, that was the show that was always on when I was getting ready for school.
Yeah, that was on for 6 hours after school.
Good grief.
It would be on for 2 hours on TBS, 2 hours on Comedy Central,
yeah,
and then 2 hours on FX.
Now that's
so
Friends.
You could watch it for 6 hours.
Yeah, Friends is always on like that now. So, okay. Any books have you been reading?
I've read a little bit.
I haven't seen you reading. What are you reading?
I read a little bit of that Cormac McCarthy book.
I don't know what that means.
The one that I showed you the other day. The Passenger.
Oh my, that looks so terribly sad.
It is. I can read sad, though. That's fine.
I don't want to do that.
I prefer to read sad.
Do you really?
Yeah. Or like upsetting. It's entertaining.
Why?
It's just, at least there's something going on.
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean,
I started reading that and Blood Meridian also, which is his so if he were to have an early period, middle period, late period of his writing, Blood Meridian is considered like his masterpiece from his early period.
Okay.
Super strange. Not at all what I was expecting it to be.
Yeah.
The writing in it, it's not hard to read, but it is unlike normal books.
Okay.
Where I think this Passenger one, which is considered, he's very old at this point, probably not going to write a lot more books, considered to be one of his best books, and certainly the best of his later period. A lot more coherent.
Okay.
A lot more easy to follow, but still very, very mysterious.
I have not been reading mysterious or hard to follow books. I have been reading smut, basically. I've been reading a lot of romance. I read The Kiss Quotient recently. I read Bad Girl Reputation by L. Kennedy, which was great. And then I read Before I Do by Sophie Cousins, and it was okay.
Yeah.
Just a lot of romance.
I read a little bit more, excuse me, a little bit more of that library history book. But that's about all. There's just so many. My problem with when I'm like in a mood to read is there's so many books that I want to read that like picking which one.
I do that too.
Is like really difficult, and then I don't pick.
Yeah.
Or I'll read like 10 pages of 5 different books.
Yeah. It's overwhelming.
And it's just a lot.
Sure.
Because there is several that I do really want to read.
Yeah.
But it's like if I start this, then it's going to be months before I could even think about this next one.
Yeah. Oh, I started listening to Spare.
Yeah.
By Prince Harry.
Yeah.
I'm not very far into it. It's not like catching my attention like I thought it would.
I can't imagine it'd be that interesting.
And there was one part where he was like quoting a Spice Girls song. And so it's like him reading it. And he's like, if you want to be my lover. Well, that was Australian. But you get what I mean.
I just can't imagine royal people's lives
friends.
are actually that interesting.
No. And it's like he's complaining about like fancy things.
I know.
I'm like, just stop, dude. You're
know.
so annoying. I do like him the most out of all the royals, though. So.
Well,
they're all garbage.
I don't like.
I know, they're all terrible.
We've talked trash on the royal family of England.
You had to cut it out one time because I went on a rant so hard about my hatred of the royals.
Yeah. Well.
You want me to do it again? Just. Oh gosh. Well, that's about it.
Yeah.
I like
watch Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Watch
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
Watch You, so I have somebody to talk about it with. Watch 90 Day Fiancé. Or don't. You know. It is crazy, though. I think I could do a whole podcast over, like, the 4 episodes I watched.
Yeah, if we ever do a non-library related podcast, it'll just be us talking about shows.
Whew. Yeah.
In depth.
Yes. Yes, and my terrible takes and opinions. I'm really loud with my opinions, and they're usually garbage.
Yeah.
Loud and proud.
Well, let's move on. We'll quickly get through this news. And would you guess it, Kelsey?
Let me guess what it's about. Banned books.
There's nothing.
What?
Nothing in the news.
Are you serious?
This month.
Oh my gosh.
Unless you specifically look for it. But there was nothing in the headlines about banned books.
Oh, I love
Doesn't mean
that.
the situation's any better.
No, it'll never be better.
There was nothing so egregious that it got a headline this month.
Okay.
But I did see there's an article in The Guardian called Why U.S. Libraries Are on the Front Lines of the Homelessness Crisis.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure. It seems to be just an article about, because The Guardian's an English newspaper, magazine, publication. They seem to be just like pointing out the fact that libraries work with homeless people a lot. Maybe they don't know that in places that don't have. I mean, a lot of countries outside of the U.S. don't really have the kinds of public libraries,
right?
Or in nearly the amount of public libraries that we do. So they may just not see this issue. So I think they were just talking about it because the homelessness crisis, as they're saying, is just because the number of homeless people has increased so much since the pandemic started. Yeah. There was that rent moratorium for a while. And then after that went out, there has been a large number of increase in the homeless population. And so they were just writing a little article. And it says here, homelessness advocates say there's a nationwide trend of homeless people relying on public libraries as a safe haven where they can stay warm, use public restrooms, and avoid harassment from law enforcement. Just that, there are specific challenges to working with homeless people in the library setting. There's benefits for both sides, but there's challenges for both sides. Sure. We see that. We work well with people here. So it's not something that's really been a huge issue for us, but in the larger cities, it can really become where the bigger population, less support for homeless people, less shelters. Yeah. It has become an issue of, people's sensibilities being offended.
Yeah, which we see that on a small scale here in St. Joe with, there isn't a lot of availability for them. There's really nowhere to go. Yeah. Because I've personally, made phone calls and reached out to individuals online and trying to find shelter when we know that bad weather's coming. And sometimes, more than not, it's sorry, there's no help. And that's a harsh, sad reality to have to deal with. Yeah. So, I can't, It's hard. It's hard. Yeah. We do what we can, though. And we are I think a lot of us go above and beyond and try to help in any way that we can. Yeah. Which I love to see.
Well, anyone that walks in here, we want them to, get what they need. Yeah. Regardless of what it is they need. Exactly. We'll do whatever we can.
Exactly.
So, I think that article was just pointing it out to people across the world that that public libraries are a site where that struggle's happening.
Well, a lot of people still even just think, when I talk to friends of mine that know that I work in a library, they're usually shocked when I tell them the things that we encounter daily and the struggles that we have to try to overcome with our patrons, and it's they have no idea. Yeah. The reality of it. Yeah. So.
More lighthearted.
Thank God. Now I'm all sad.
There's the rest of these are from the New York Times. There's an article, librarians are meeting younger readers where they are. TikTok. Yes. So they've moved beyond the niche of book talk to now they are writing articles about library talk, which is distinct from book talk. So book talk is just people talking about, actual books.
Right.
That they like or dislike. And then those TikToks can really drive sales of books. That's why we've seen like this increase for Colleen Hoover. If she goes, her books will go viral on Book Talk.
Yeah.
But now there is a separate kind of little movement among public libraries to get onto TikTok and make library talk, which is more centered on the programs and services that libraries can offer, particularly to teens and younger adults, since they're the ones mostly on TikTok. Mm-hmm. Which is your area of expertise.
I am a big TikTok fan.
And the youth services.
Yeah. Checking all the boxes for me. Yeah, I'm going to tell myself that my TikTok addiction is because I'm trying to stay hip and with it. But the second you log into my TikTok, you're like, man, this was really curated for Kelsey.
Yeah. And they're mentioning that they're using the TikTok as just a way to explain what public libraries are and can provide for people today, giving them a realistic view of what libraries and librarians are like in 2022/3. Mm-hmm. And helping people make friends and explore hobbies and find good environments for their young teens and young adults to be in.
I love that. We have a TikTok, and we just hit a milestone on it. Yesterday, maybe, we reached 100 followers.
Oh, wow.
On TikTok. Big deal.
There's one library that I see TikToks from that are actually
good.
Just incredible.
I think is it the library in Milwaukee? Yeah. They're...
If you want to see like the best of the best of what a library can do on TikTok, go look up the Milwaukee Public Library's TikTok.
Yeah.
They're so funny.
And so great.
And it's like actually funny.
Yeah.
It's not someone trying to be funny.
No, it's like actually hilarious. And they like go with all those stupid TikTok trends and just embrace it.
Yeah.
Which I love.
Yeah.
I love a good TikTok dance.
Yeah. Or just like the silly memes.
Yeah. So
like
funny.
The ones that really are memes that only exist on TikTok. Just, certain sounds.
Yeah.
And certain like clips.
Yeah. That just like instantly go viral.
Yeah.
And really connect with that younger demographic.
And then they just put it into the library context.
So great.
And they're so
yeah,
funny.
Everybody seriously needs to check out the Milwaukee Public Libraries too. It's so funny.
It's really
They
good.
are so great.
It's really good.
How funny would it be if that wasn't the right library?
I remember
I'm pretty
it's somewhere
sure it's
up
Milwaukee.
north.
I'm pretty sure you're right, but yeah.
They're very good. And then I just thought this was interesting that it even made it in this made it into the New York Times, even though it happened in Colorado.
Yeah.
2 libraries in Colorado in the past month had to close because of methamphetamine contamination.
No.
So basically, someone walked in to the library and said, "Hey, it seems like that someone's smoking meth in the bathroom."
Oh my gosh.
And so they got these testing kits and tested like the air filtration system in the bathroom.
Right.
And it was like beep, 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 meth contamination.
Oh my God.
And so they were like, well, that's not good. We'll test some other things. And they're like, swabbing the desk, swabbing doors, things like that. And it's like beep, 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 meth contamination.
Can you imagine? Also, I wouldn't even know, like if somebody, I would like to think that if I walked into like a bathroom and somebody was smoking meth, I would know that that's what was happening. But I don't know that I would.
I don't know how I would know it was meth. Other than I know that meth is crystals. Like, because
I don't even know that.
I just know it looks like, big, long sugar crystals.
Okay.
Because of Breaking Bad.
I've never watched Breaking Bad, and like the only drug experience I have is from Dare.
Yeah.
And which, by the way, everybody had to write a Dare essay. Mine was chosen. I got to read at my Dare graduation.
Wow.
No big deal.
Wow.
I've always been smart.
But yeah, so these two libraries, now they said that public spaces actually have these threshold numbers for contamination of things like this.
So you can hit a 5, but not a 7? Like one of those things?
Correct.
Or whatever the scale is?
Correct. And that Colorado's is the strictest.
Okay.
And that there is no one has heard of before a library closing down for this kind of reason. But they basically closed these libraries down to steam clean them.
Oh my gosh.
To make sure that, and it goes into, it's not necessarily the same homeless crisis, but the drug epidemic.
Sure.
That is happening in this country.
Mm-hmm.
If someone can have a place to go do drugs in a public bathroom.
Yeah.
You can see why they might choose to do it in a library.
Yeah. It's clean.
Yeah. So it's just kind of the intersection of those things happening. And not great. Mm-hmm. Not great.
Definitely not. I can't even imagine. That's wild.
Yeah.
That is
so
wild.
We'll have to keep an eye out for any more closures. But this seems to be a not necessarily isolated incident, but because of the regulations in the state and the way that this all works out, that two libraries in the same town, like it's the same district, had to close.
That is super crazy.
Very interesting.
Okay, and your last bit? Oh, no, you got 2 more.
I've got 2 more.
Okay.
We're going as fast as we can here.
That one was hiding.
There was just a little article about why some films get restored and others do not.
Mm-hmm.
So things like, when they make a 4K restoration of some really old film.
Right.
And this is one that people might want to go read. It's a bit of a longer article. We'll have the name of it in the description where you can go find it. It's just an interesting look at how it says in the little description line here. History, finances, and practical concerns all play a role in preserving the movies shown at the 2 Save-In project. Mm-hmm. Just gives a little insight into what's required to preserve something long term.
Yeah.
And why those requirements mean that not everything's going to be preserved long term, and how they make those decisions of what is and what is not. Okay. So if archive kind of things, and I brought this up because we are building an archive basically downtown. If you're ever interested in archival work or why things are saved and others are not, there is a good article on that you can go look at. And then the last one I have here is kind of interesting. It's the same idea, but there's been an uptick in fires, floods, and other climate change effects destroying archive collections.
Okay.
And so it's becoming an issue. We talked about the war in Ukraine and how Russia was targeting these archives, state archives and public libraries to destroy information. Mm-hmm. And the same thing is happening just by random events of weather. Back in 2005 when Hurricane Katrina happened, there was 1.5 million books and manuscripts that were destroyed by the flooding at Tulane University. And libraries don't just have books that are published in everywhere. A lot of libraries have special collections, like what we're doing downtown with the archive, where those are the only copies of those things that exist. Right. And so if you're not thinking about even humidity levels, like as winters and summers get more extreme, having to have climate-controlled areas so that those materials don't get humid in the summer and dry out in the winter, and that accelerates the process of them deteriorating. Right. And then this also talks about how digitization isn't necessarily the answer, because storing things on servers requires electricity. Storing a lot of things on servers requires a lot of electricity. Electricity burns coal.
Right.
Coal fuels climate change. So there's some interesting articles about that preservation if you're ever interested in looking into them.
Yeah. I'm going to look that up as soon as we leave this one.
I'm sure you are.
I'm really into that.
Well, tell us, Kelsey, all about the programs.
There's so much.
It's a short month.
Happening. I know, but look at this.
3 less days.
It's crazy. Oh, I always forget about that.
Yeah. It's not a leap year till next year.
Do you know Alicia's birthday's on a leap year?
I just found that out.
Or on leap
so
day?
she's like, 6 years old?
Yeah, hilarious. And if you know Alicia, that checks out so hard. It's so funny. I love it so much. No, we have so many programs happening. Tons of story times and book clubs at every single branch. So check the calendar when you can. There's a story time and a book club literally for everyone. And then some. I'm just going to hit on a few of the super fun new ones. There is an Absolute Beginners Cooking Basics class at the downtown branch, February 2nd at 6 p.m. This is hosted by Jen, and I need to go because I can't cook. We were just talking about this. I'm going to go. Yeah. I'm going to start attending these and learn how to cook. You can't start cooking like a pro until you first learn how to not burn down your kitchen.
Important.
Keep your food from spoiling.
Important.
And how to not cut your finger off with a knife.
Important. I agree.
Okay.
All three.
Go hang out with Jen. She'll teach you all that. And then
I know.
I know you do, but I don't. I feel like I could use a knife without cutting my finger. I don't know though. That makes me kind of nervous. I've literally... I'm going to really expose myself here, but I've like never like chopped vegetables. And I'm 30 years old. I like cooking for me is like making boxed macaroni and cheese. Like I do not cook.
Well, you're going to learn today.
Oh, isn't that not the truth? Like cooking for me is I'm going to cook dinner. I'm going to put a frozen pizza in the oven. That's cooking.
I mean, you just got to get a few skills. You got to be able to cut things up.
Yeah.
Put them in pans and heat them without burning.
I know I could do it, but it's just like I've never.
You'd be surprised. I mean, there's a small learning curve to making it not destroyed.
I know for a fact that nothing I make is ever going to be good.
You don't know?
But I feel like I could be like, I could survive.
Sure.
You know? Okay. Anyways, and there's always DoorDash, which I use a lot. No? Not anymore.
No.
Okay. Those are days of the past. February 4th is National Bring Your Child to the Library Day, which is every day for me because my kid always shows up here. So we are celebrating that at all 4 branches. So bring your little Smarties.
Are there going to be Smarties here?
Bring your little Smarties in your life into any of our libraries for a sweet treat.
I hope they're Smarties.
There's a play on that. I know what there's going to be. So bring your Smarties. Wink, wink. Great candy, though. I love Smarties.
They're not a great candy, but they are.
You're wrong.
Fun.
I think all candies are great. On February 6th at 5 p.m. at the downtown branch is the Loose Ends Crafting Club. And do you feel like you have projects that you just keep setting aside, Jacob?
I don't.
I do.
Except for books.
Sure. Every Monday you can finish, or I can finish those projects. You can't. I can, though, from 5 to 7 p.m. You can drop in with your projects and work alongside other people dedicating themselves to their crafts. And they have little foods.
Oh.
So you don't need to learn how to cook. I can just go downtown. Go to all the programs. Stuff my cardigan pockets full and go home. On February 7th at 4 p.m. is the Valentine Cake Pops for teens at the downtown branch. And you are learning to make sweethearts for your sweetheart.
Mm.
I hate Valentine's Day. These delicious cake... There's a typo in that.
Pops?
It says cake cops. I need to call Evelyn.
What if it is cake cops?
Would make anyone happy on Valentine's Day. So make a little treat for your honey if you're a teen. I know a few of you are dating. I got the scoop at 14 after hours last week. This is my program. February 8th at 6 p.m. at the East Hills branch is Palentine's Day Social. And we are speed dating.
Oh, wow.
For friends.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't want anybody making out here. You can do that at home, though. I'm hoping that people will connect and find their new honey just in time for Valentine's Day. So making friends as an adult can be stressful and scary. So let me take the awkwardness out of it. So literally, we're speed dating. I'm providing light refreshments and conversation starters for anyone 18 and up.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, we're going to hang out, meet some friends, a little romance, just in time for Valentine's Day. And then February 9th at the downtown branch at 6 p.m. is DIY, why don't you? Valentine's Day candles. Romantic. You want to make a custom gift for the flame in your life? Melt your own wax, choose your own scent, and decorate your own jar to make a present that no one else could hold a candle to.
I do love making candles.
I've never done it. Maybe I should go. February 9th at 6 p.m. And also, I'm going to start with this one. February 9th at 6 p.m. at East Hills is the Valentine Box Workshop. So you can make your Valentine box for school, for your school party. That is for anyone grades kindergarten through 6th, and registration is required. And then we are doing it again on February 13th at 3 p.m. at the downtown branch. And again, you do have to register for that. Making those boxes is such a pain.
I believe it. I haven't done it since I was a child.
Poor Hadley. I always just buy hers. Like, sorry, dude. On Valentine's Day, February 14th at 5 p.m., you can come do improv at the downtown branch with Evelyn. This is for adults. And this is just your little way to dabble into improv comedy for free. And then February 15th at 4:30 p.m. at East Hills is the Pokey Club with our good friend Sarah. February 17th at 6 p.m. at East Hills is my Teen After Hours Anti-Valentine's Day Party. Registration is required, and this is for anyone ages 12 to 17. And then we are doing a mini canvas art contest again. This kicks off on February 18th and runs through the 26th. February 20th at 4 p.m. at downtown is the Graphic Novel Club. That's new.
Woo.
Fun. Bingo night's coming back.
Oh, it was off for a month, huh?
Yeah, I took the month off. That's also February 20th at 6 p.m. And then another one, February 20th at 6 p.m. at the downtown branch is Drinks You're Sure to Love. You're going to join Janie as she demonstrates how to make some of her favorite feel-good drinks. Oh, that's cute. And then February 22nd at 6 p.m. at East Hills, Buchanan County has partnered with Trualta to provide a free online resource for anyone caring for aging loved ones, grandchildren, or loved ones with a disability. So Crystal is actually helping host this, and this is with a licensed nursing home administrator. She's going to come in and talk about all kinds of things, which is a pretty cool resource. And this is happening twice, I believe. Yeah, the 22nd at 6 p.m. and the 23rd at 10 a.m. Also on the 23rd at 6 p.m. at the downtown branch is the True Crime Time Lonely Hearts Killer. Multiple killers. Mm-hmm. Everyone's nightmare. And then also on the 23rd at 6 p.m. at East Hills is the Casual Commander Club. And this is, you're going to play Magic the Gathering with Mark. It's his new program.
That should be interesting.
Definitely.
I know he has a lot of magic cards.
Yeah, he has a lot. There are requirements, so make sure you read what you need to do and bring. I know nothing about the game, so I'm not even going to try to pretend like I do. If you have any questions, call Mark. He loves to talk about it. February 27th at 4 p.m. is the Young Writers Club. This is... Okay. Woo. February 27th. Dang it. Cut it. What time is it? Okay, gotta go. February. I'm falling apart.
Gotta go.
Woo. Now I can't stop laughing. Okay. Dang, dude. February 27th at 4 p.m. at the downtown branch is the Young Writers Club. I don't know what age group this is for. It doesn't list it on here, but this is for any kiddos that are interested in writing. And then on February 28th at 4 p.m. at the downtown library is the paracord bracelets for teens with Evelyn. So you'll learn to make some paracord bracelets, which are kind of cool.
Useful in survival situations.
Yeah.
You can unknot them and then you got some paracord.
You can use it on your trip. Our trip.
Oh.
That's all we have for February. These are March.
Oh.
Yeah. That's it.
Well, it's still quite a lot.
Woo! I know. I feel like I was talking forever. Which I usually am. In every situation. Okay. Well, that's all we've got today, y'all. I've got to go get my kid from school.
We promise.
No, we do not. I'm going to be down and out.
We'll get that book club episode to you as soon as physically possible.
But not on Valentine's Day because I'm going to be a Debbie Downer.
Well, we won't record it on Valentine's Day. So it'll be fine.
I'm going to go on a vacation on Valentine's Day by myself. Just joking. I don't have the money for that. Okay. Bye.